we're going to talk about sketching, illustration, and InQI. InQI is a tool that is given to the designers and architects and builders. Homeowners can use it too. But the idea is to bring in everything about a project, about a construction project, about a design into a property, right? A project is an address, is a property. We know the elevation, we know where the building is. So we have enabled a sketching and illustration tool so that, and remember, it's all of it to scale, right? So that you can quickly, draw something up on the latest and the greatest aerial image of the document of the property, and take it to customer, and that might be enough for the customer to take a look at it, for the client to take a look at it and say, that's exactly what I was thinking, right? So let's go through it and see how this works. There is possibilities of endless. I'm just going to do a couple of things for you so you get a feel for it. So you type in an address, you bring a project up. I'm just going to use one of these projects that we have been working with. So as you go through the project, you will enable, you see the project line here. This is one of the ones I was using earlier recording. You see there's a property line markups, there's a sewer line, there's a water line, there's an electric line. All this stuff is on the plan. And this is all into the scale, right? Now, we're going to go in and we're going to enable sketch and illustration, right? Sketch and illustration. We're going to enable that. And on this one, I'll put a label on you as well. We can have that in. Or you can have label in area. So I'm going to label it. You'll see how it works, right? Now, I have now the draw sketches and illustration. Now, this is enabled. I can do it in a polygon, I can do it in a rectangle, and so forth. Let's do it in a polygon, right? So let's say this client said, that grass that you see here, I'm really thinking of building a deck over there, right? How many square foot is it? What's it going to look like? So you can do that. It's building a concept. So I'm going to say draw it as a polygon. So I'm going to go here, click, 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 click. I'm clicking away, right? I click in the area, and as I'm clicking, what am I doing is I'm defining an area that is to the scale. So as I click it, it comes back and says this is a sketch, and it's 414.16 square foot, right? But when I go to the selected object, the texture, right? On the texture, I can say this is a texture, and what is the texture that I want to select? So I have paving, various paving patterns. I have a decking, various decking patterns. Let's make sure this is this kind, the lighter color. And I can basically now create this in a different manner. So this is a lighter color, so I'm going to go in and make the decking look more like this one, kind of, right? So I'll call this new deck. So now I have a new deck of 416 square foot, right? So now, and the client says, you know what, this is really nice. This driveway that I have, I want to make this pavage, right? That's what I want to do. All right, so let's go see what's going to look like. So I'm going to create a little section here, and I'm going to mark this up, mark this up, mark this up, and basically I'm going to go and select the deck, but I'm going to go and select this, and look, and we'll have some decorative stuff, the driveway stuff. Right? There's a bunch of lawns and blocks and stuff that I can do. But on the pavers, I'm going to select the paver. There's the paver stones and all that. Different patterns going to be relevant, so I'm going to make this a paver. And I'm going to call this paver driveway. So I have now 525 square foot of paver driveway, and so I have now that it is very accurate, on the side. And the client says, this side here, I'm thinking of just making sure that this side is all bark. Maybe I can maybe it's just grass. So again, same idea. You go in and you say, all right, let's take a look at that, and the more accurate clipping you do, the more accurate. Change this one. And in this scenario, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at it and say, okay, this one is going to be perhaps I want to make this is about 1,000 square feet, 1,015. But you're getting the concept, right? Now, that quickly, a couple of minutes, I created a presentation for a client on the latest aerial image of the site, has elevations and stuff, has measurements in there. So if I'm doing driveway at 525 square foot, then I can look at buying, budget-wise, you're looking at this much per square foot, and so forth. There will be a lot more of these textures and stuff coming in, but this is how easily you can design and provide this out. And also, when you go export it out, you have this thing called screenshot export. I'll show you how that works. I can take this to the client. I'm going to say the export setting. I have the elements in here, and basically, I'm going to go in and ask the export to be a screenshot export. I'm going to say request an export. And it's going to go in and basically generate the side, as I say, you can take a snapshot and stuff too, but this looks a little bit nicer. It's going to generate it. It's going to put it into a PDF. And then I can take this PDF to the client or to a project and say, this is what we look for email, right? So let's take a look at this. And in this scenario, you notice that now I have basically to the scale, rounded to me, a layout. Right. It is not AutoCAD driven or Vectorworks and so forth, but it is a layout. It is fairly accurate on the sides, and then you can take it into any program that you like and do more stuff with it. So think of the sketching and illustration as a quick way for you to get a concept across to your customer based on the actual that you see on the ground. Right? It's the quickest way to get things going on the ground for the customer. There'll be more of these sessions. There's going to be a lot more of these textures defined. But with this idea, I will show you a little bit more. Combine the both. I'm going to go to plans and say, what, the customer wants to plan a couple of plans on this side too. I'm going to go to the plan. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to, he wanted one in here, and he wanted one in there. So I can build my conceptual plans for the client right here and right now with all the different tools that I have. So stay tuned. There's a whole lot more. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And as we get more, we bring it in. Give us a lot of feedback, and we'll put it all in so you can use this product to the fullest.